Yes.
We're reacquainting ourselves with the equipment.
Let's get started. It's 3 o'clock. So welcome everybody to our seminar series in fall semester. I'm in charge of organizing the seminars. I have a full list of speakers. So 7 graduate students are taking a seminar as a class, and also I invited several faculty members from our department to have presentations, and I am kind of making a theme for faculty members who would present, and that theme is about being abroad and having some experience, professional and kind of as a tourist in kind of very nice and sometimes very exotic places, which includes Brazil, China, Germany and Africa and Spain. So we have a few faculty presenting and quite a few students. Our first speaker this is Zin Orek's son, and this is somehow, like say goodbye seminar, because unfortunately he is leaving within 20 days. So as everybody, I guess everybody in this room met Rex, and you had a chance to talk to him and see how nice person is he. And he came to NDSU for 2 years study abroad program, and this is within his PhD program. So after he will be back in China, he's going to defend his PhD thesis, and he told me that he already got a job offer from his university, and he will be teaching and doing research as a kind of lecturer instructor. So I believe that he's going to present some data he generated working at NDSU, and his advisor at NDSU was Dr. Eric Berg, and also he has an advisor from China. So now I'm giving the floor to Rex.
Thank you, Dr. Anna. First, thank you everybody to come my seminar. I thought I can just skip this seminar because this is my only one seminar in the US in the past 2 years. I thought I just can jump on the plane and come back to China. Dr. Berg said, you must take this. Whatever. So my PhD title is Prediction of Leaf Tenderness using color and the multispectral image system. But first, please allow me, it's not just this. I also want to introduce some my background, who I am. Some of them know me really well, but some of them just come freshmen, so fresh face. So I want to show what is Rex, who is Rex. He's not just hey, it's a Chinaman. That's all. But I want to show you more. My background information, where he come from, and what he did in China, what academic part he did in China, what he did here. So first, I want to introduce a little bit my background and introduction my project here, and then I'm gonna show you guys what I did in China, what my first mid-science experience in China, what I involved, what project I involved, and next, the main part is I want to introduce what I did here, what academic part I did here. It's not just all you saw is just maybe Rex go to some party, Rex dancing with something, Rex play with the kids, Rex sing some girl. But it's academic part. What I did, you see, I did a little bit of work here. Okay, so first, my hometown. I come from a city called Yantai. It's, as you can see, my China map, and this is Beijing, our capital. The red star here. And my hometown is called Yantai. It's located in Shandong province. This is my province. And that black spot is my hometown. It is close by the sea. And this is a picture of my hometown. So it's beautiful. I want all of you welcome to my hometown in the future. If you have some time, go to my hometown, give me a call. I will be a really good hoster. Another picture of my hometown, beautiful. And then in 2003, I went to Yantai University, which just located in my hometown, just 5 minutes drive from my home to the university. And I chose the physics department, and my major in electronic information science and technology. And this is a picture of my university. My university is just close to the sea. There is the east gate of my university. East gate, go out the east gate, and then there's the street. Across the street is the beach. Another picture of my university. You can see this is the sea. This is the south gate, main gate of my university. Some dorm is just right here. Some lucky kids sleep in this dorm can open the window just to the sea. So nice. And then in 2007, I graduated from my university. Then I went to the graduate school, which is in Nanjing. It's southeast of China. So it's a 2 hours train to Shanghai. So I went to Nanjing Agricultural University. Department is engineering. And my major is in agriculture product processing. So my graduate school is not really pretty like my hometown university. So that's the only nice picture I found on the internet of graduate school. And yeah, that's my, you see the little crowd is reading, pretend reading there. And then coming to my first experience in Miss Science project is one of my Chinese advisor, Dr. Chen. He have a project. His project is trying to using the image to predict the color grade of beef and pork. So this is a project. This is a paper I published in 2009. I involved in this project in 2008. And the title is A Digital Image Method for Measuring and Analyze Color Characteristics of Various Color Scores of Beef. So this is a lean color grade standard board. So we're using this board to measure the color score of beef. This board is designed and measured, is designed by our university people, Nanjing Agricultural University. So what we did is, this is a lighting acquisition box designed by our China team. And on the top of the box, we got a CCD camera on the top of the box. Then the box and then the arc seating to reflect the lightings. And then the sample on here, there's a sample supporting plane, and the LED lighting source is right down this plane. And the lamp board on the bottom. This is a real picture of the lighting acquisition system. And then we got this picture from that system. So it's a black background. Then we need to measure the color score, we need the lean part like this. So after the couple steps of image processing method, which designed by our own, then we got this part. It's the longissimus dorsi muscle without marbling. This is all we want to measure the color score. Coming to the result, it's very interesting. Let's see, for example, we extract the color image features like this, RGB mean value. Okay, let's see, for example, this result. On the bottom is the color scores. It's 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 4 color scores. Okay, and the R value, as you can see, the different color scores got different R values. So this stands for, in the future, we don't have to using that color board I showed you before to measure the color score. We can using the image, using this R value as a predictor to predict the color score, using the image to measure the color score. So this is another picture. I want to show you my China laboratory. Okay, this is a picture of me, and this is a project I also involved to measure the egg rheological properties in our Chinese lab, China lab. So in 2010, thanks to Dr. Eric Berg, bring me to the US, my dream country. So September, I come here, start the US academic life. Okay, my PhD program is using beef image to predict the beef tenderness. This image including two parts. First is the color image and the multispectral image. There's a lot of people already started using the color image to predict beef tenderness, but the accuracy is not really good. But we add our thought is add the multispectral here to my project. Why I using these two parts? Because the multispectral have different wavelengths. So we can figure out which wavelength, what certain wavelength can predict the tenderness really good. So that's the thought, that's the idea. So a little bit background. So when the consumers go to the supermarket, go to the grocery store to purchase the beef product, the tenderness always the most important factor to attract them to purchase the beef product. So right now, is the standard measurement method. All we decided the beef tenderness is using this official method. But this method is objective. But the disadvantage is it's brokeable. It's broke meat. We don't want a broke meat to test the tenderness. It's not fit the industry. It's not fit the online system. So the research people began thinking, how can we not break the meat and then design an online system to predict the beef tenderness? So in the 1970s, the research academic people designed the computer vision system to the world. So the people thought, how we can take the picture of beef samples and then put this picture into the computers, analyze the picture, and then predict the beef tenderness. And it's not breakable, and it's objective. So my project, another bonus unique technique is usually the other research people only using the longitudinal acidosis muscle to predict the beef tenderness. But our project is using 4 different locations trying to figure out the tenderness. This is a unique idea. Nobody did this before. It's 4 different cuts of beef, just like this. And then here is my here's my color image acquisition system, which designed and made by our American team. It's including 3 parts. First is computer to analyze the picture. Second is the camera. Third is the lighting system. The camera we use just the normal digital camera, because we think if this can work, it's fast, can fit the industry, fit the online system. This is the picture we got from that system. And then this is the multispectral image acquisition system. This system adds another important part. Is the computer, camera, and this is the important part. It's the multispectral filter. Because we want different wavelengths, we must have a filter to catch them. So another thing is the lighting system. So this is our multispectral filter. In here, we got this. So it's 4 different wavelengths. Especially is 450, 440, 550, 710, and 810. These 4 different wavelengths. We're using these 4 different wavelengths. And then this is the picture the multispectral camera got. This is the same sample, but we got 4 pictures, different wavelengths. And then coming to the image processing part, I just want to take a briefly introduce. First, we got the RGB image. Then we want, because what affects beef tenderness is the color, image, texture features. We want texture features. How we get these? So we converted the color image to gray level image. That's the good way to extract the text features. Then we take the segmentation. We don't want the fat part, so we'll get rid of the fat part. Then we got the lean part. This image processing code is designed by our own. And then we got the muscle image. So talking about the multispectral, we already it don't have to transfer to the gray level image because it's already at gray level. So then we separate them because all I got is a whole combined together image. So I write a code to separate these to become 4 individual wavelength and the individual pictures to the further analyze. So we got the image. Processing is good, okay? So we got the muscle part, okay? The next step is the data analysis. We need to extract the text features, but how? This is the method. So we got a muscle image, then we extract the image texture. Then we got the texture features. We put these texture features into the model. Popular model, it's a stepwise regression. I choose these 2 models. Stepwise regression model and SVM. I will talk about later about what is SVM. And then we set up this model. Then we grab some new pictures to input this model to test this model accuracy. So this is a method for extract the text features. I choose, there's thousands of methods to how to extract the image text features. I using these 3 methods. Why I using these 3 methods? Because this is the most classic method for extract the text features. These 2 methods is the most, it's a new advanced technique using another image, but it's not used on the beef image. So I use these 2 method to extract the beef image text feature. So this method have 88 text feature. This method got 81. The gather wavelength got 48. So totally per image, I can get 217 text features. So okay, so we got the features. Next step, we need to input these features to the model to set up a model. There's also a lot of methods to set up a model, classification model. So I choose these 2 methods. One is stepwise regression method. Another one is SVM. Why am I using these 2 methods? Because stepwise regression method we got 217 text features. There must be some useful text features. There must be some useful text features. How we select the useful text features? And the stepwise regression method can select the useful and get rid of the useless. That's why I'm using this. And SVM, let's talk about. I just give a briefly talking about introduction on SVM. If I want to introduce this technique, I need another whole day seminar to talk about this. So this support is totally called a support vector machine. So this is a machine learning system. It's for data classification. So you got data, okay? So you input this system. It can learning them itself, like the human brain. Well, that's why it's called a machine learning system. It can learn it itself and then classify the data. And the big advantage for this technique is it do not need a demonstrative reduction. What this sentence means we got, for example, we got 217 text features. The stepwise can select the useful features, but these methods do not need to select. You just put all of it in there, and he can learning itself. So, talking about the model development, we need to test the model. How can that model work? And the model accuracy, we need to test the accuracy. So, this is how I do this. For example, we got 100 images, okay? I choose 80% of them as the training set to set up the model. As soon as we set up the model, the rest of the 20th model, I put this 20 image into this model to test the model accuracy. Here comes the result. So on color image, we got this result. For the tender, we got pretty good on the VR samples. And MT and S. And for the tough ones, we don't have a really good accuracy. Why we get this sample, got this result? Because we got all our meat sample is tender. We got lots of tender meat to set up the model, to train it. But the tough ones, we don't have enough data. We don't have enough samples to train the models. The model needs more samples, tough samples. Also, the SVM method, it predicted pretty good, especially for the SVM method. It really needs more training samples. So the tender is really good, but the tough one is not really good. Talking about the multispectral result, we talk multispectral result. We more focus on which wavelength we want in the future can predict the beef tenderness. So this is the overall of the tenderness of accuracy. So as we can see, both methods did a little bit good job on 800 nanometers and 440 nanometers, and same as SVM. SVM not did good job on this because we got lack of tough samples. So okay, here I want to introduce another big part of my PhD program is thank you, Dr. Casey. So image can predict tenderness, okay? It can predict the beef tenderness. But our advisor told me, not only you tell people not only the image can predict tenderness, but why? Why the text feature can predict tenderness? We need to dig in. We need the deep reason. So we are thinking using the Chopin T declaration. Why are we using this? Because the tenderness. Why the tenderness is different? Because the muscle contraction is different. Muscle contraction is changed. So what can cause the muscle contraction change is because the protein breaks down. So the Chopin T declaration can reflect the muscle protein breakdown. So our thinking is can color image can predict, if color image texture features can predict Chopin T declaration, then the degraded and undegraded. So this is the stepwise method. We got a good result on the degraded, but it's a low accuracy on undegraded. Why? Because still we got, as you can see, only got 4 samples to test. It's so little. We need more samples, which is undegraded, same as the SVM model. So, okay, so what's probably you would ask me, Rex, what's your project final goal? So what's your final goal for the industry? What the color image can do for the industry? So this is a video I want to show you. It's just 1 minute. To show you the USDA already have this machine, but I need to improve, and it's yield great. It's we want to predict the tenderness, and then the tenderness is a big factor to the quality grade. We want to make a machine like this and measure the quality grading system. So I want to show you this. This is our final goal, to make a machine like this. Okay, so here is my published papers and abstract in the past 2 years. Finally, I want to thank you, Dr. Eric Berg, bringing me to the U.S., my dream country, to experience the American life here. And thank you, Dr. Casey, who bring me to the biochem on the acknowledgement, and I can know about the West blotting things. And I also want to thank Dr. David Newman. He let me join the barbecue boot camp and let me travel around and have a lot of fun. And I want to thank you, Mr. Powell, who helped me to set up all the lighting system, and Mr. Chen, who helped me to make the lighting box, and Miss Wanda, who is the best editor in the world, I think, and Christina, who teach me the West blotting. Yeah, good teacher. You will be a good teacher in China. And thank you, Dr. Jim Mongolsky. He gave me a lot of good ideas on the experiment and lots of good advice on my paper writing. And thank you, Ashley, for the share force, all the experiment share force. And thank you for all the department members to let me join this big family. Questions?
Questions to Rex?
Yeah, I'm done. No? Okay, Dr. Song.
How important is the cutting of the steak? And how consistent is that? Would that make a difference with the image?
How important the cutting?
Yeah, like and how sharp the knife is and how consistent that is from time to time.
For the image stuff, we want the surface texture features. So it's I think it's important to cut the way we cut the meat. How to say that? Eric, come to you.
Well, you want it to be consistent.
We want to be consistent because if we take the image, we don't want too much difference on the meat, and all we want is the surface texture little difference.
So did you test it only with beef, or did you try to use other species?
Only beef. Yeah. Because the tenderness, talking about the beef, we're more curious about the tenderness. Maybe for the pork, we're more curious about the color. Yeah.
If you have implemented on the rail system, could you just market the loin as being, if you get a successful guaranteed tender, or could you correlate or compare other meats to that?
Compare other meat.
Other cuts on the same animal?
Oh, you mean using that system to other animals?
Other parts of that same animal.
Other part of that's why we're using the 4 different parts. Remember that 4 different parts to try to figure out if we can using the other. It's not just the longissimus dorsal muscle. Maybe we can using another part, the back shoulders or other part. That's why I'm using the 4 different parts.
more questions? So let's say thank you. Stay calm and all the best.
You think I'm just a China man.